bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? For you as in the fourth Bad Boys movie coming at you in 2024. The duo of Smith and Lawrence are back at it once again in their iconic series and have the dynamic directing duo of Adil and Bilall behind them once again. Can they beat the 2024 box office woes? Can they deliver on this latest entry in the nearly 3-decade-old franchise? Do the Bad Boys still got it? Let's find out. Hello ladies and gentlemen and movie lovers of all kind, and welcome back to the channel. As always, I am your host Brett Murphy, and for today's video I have a brand new ranking for you all, as I am going to be ranking the 4 Bad Boys movies. Before I hop into the actual ranking itself, I just wanted to let you all know that I have an entire playlist dedicated to all of my ranking videos. There are well over 100 videos in that playlist for you to enjoy, so if movie rankings are your thing, then be sure to check that out, and I guarantee you'll find something you like. And so without further ado, let's hop right into things. Coming in at number 4 is going to be the 4th and latest entry in the series, Bad Boys Ride or Die. Warner Bros. Absolutely robbed us by canceling the Adil and Bilall directed Batgirl movie, so I'm honestly hoping that Sony gives these guys Spider-Man 4. As for Bad Boys Ride or Die, what a fun ride. There are some story issues that I'd like to address first though. In fact, the story kind of sucked overall, I'm not gonna lie. Very flimsy with tons of cliches and plot conveniences, MacGuffins, etc. It just kind of felt like they wanted to do a 4th Bad Boys movie after the success of the last one, but didn't actually have a story in mind, and wanted to keep all of the same characters and story so it all remained connected, which led to numerous plot points feeling very forced to me. Probably the weakest story of the bunch in all honesty, because they tried so hard to keep everything so close to home. Not to mention, Marcus has a whole weird journey here that I wasn't a fan of personally. It was funny, but just kind of made things a little weird in my opinion. However, the action is a joy to behold. Stylish, over the top, and energetic. As expected, Smith and Lawrence do carry this movie though. Their chemistry is unmatched, and they kept me consistently laughing throughout. I also loved the soundtrack. I loved the father-son, father-daughter, mother-daughter dynamics in here, and I love how they switch things up with Marcus and Mike instead of giving us the same character dynamic for the 3rd time. Mike, now being a married man, actually shifted things up nicely. Also, Reggie finally gets his time to shine. I won't say anything beyond that, but there's more than 1 or 2 moments where he just gets to be great. And I loved that for the actor and the character. So yes, story stuff does drag it down, and I could have personally used a bit more of the action, as I found the build-up to be a little slow, but overall a solid and supremely entertaining action flick. Coming in at 3rd place, claiming that bronze medal, is going to be the original Bad Boys. Look, it's great for what it is, but for the most part it's your standard buddy cop comedy. Smith and Lawrence together are what really elevated and Bay's direction of the action sequences, of course, too. Even with that though, it's not the most inventive movie of the genre or anything. The villains are generic and totally forgettable, the story doesn't really do anything to surprise or shock, and even the action isn't as bombastic as one would normally expect from Michael Bay. However, it is good to keep in mind that this was Bay's first feature film, after only directing music videos his whole career, and the movie only had a modest budget of $19 million, which still might sound like a fair bit. I mean, even if you adjust it for inflation, that would be roughly $35 million today. However, by comparison, the sequel, Bad Boys 2, had a budget of $130 million. Even the next lowest in the series is the 3rd Bad Boys movie, Bad Boys for Life, and that had a budget of $90 million. That's $71 million more. But I can't lie, they definitely made it work. Like I said, it is very by the book, but it's still a blast, and the pieces in play make it better than it really had any right to be. Claiming that runner-up spot in this video is going to be the 3rd entry, Bad Boys for Life. While it's not as consistently action-packed as something like Bad Boys 2, say, nearly 20 years prior, I think it's much better written in terms of story and character than both of its predecessors. Smith and Lawrence are arguably at their best here. Marcus wanting to retire and settle down after becoming a grandfather, Mike having to come to terms with what the world and police work are today. New technology is moving in, and the old way of investigating is done and on its way out. I think that passing of the torch element was fun, gave us some fresh new faces, and just further thickened this plot because that creates a lot of friction for Mike on all sides as he also tracks down his would-be assassin for revenge. There are a few surprising moments in here I wasn't expecting, and a few twists you could see coming a mile away. Still, the directors and writers found clever ways to keep us guessing just enough to stay engaged throughout the entire runtime. Nevertheless, none of that changes the fact that I had a freaking blast with this one. Though it wasn't the directing duo of Adil and Bilall's first time taking on a feature film, it was their first time taking center stage and getting this big of a spotlight. And damn it, did they ever make a good impression. The action throughout is by far the best part outside of our two leads. It's inventive, slick, and so damn fun. Lightning-fast car chases, frenetic shootouts, and big explosions. Not perfect, as I said, it's pretty predictable, but likely the most well-written of the four movies, with Smith and Lawrence at the top of their game, and some genuinely kick-ass action. And then that leaves just one, so our number one for today is going to be Bad Boys 2. This one still remains the highest budgeted of the Bad Boys movies, and they were damn sure to put that budget to good use, primarily on Michael Bay's pyrotechnics bill. This movie took pretty much everything that worked from the first movie and dialed it up to 11. More action, more comedy, more of everything. There are some things that do bog it down a bit though, like the unnecessarily long runtime, endless amounts of cringy and off-putting Michael Bay-centric humor, and a real shitty villain. Like, he's not slap you in the face bad, but just the most painfully generic drug lord sleazeball bad guy you can think of. But on the flip side to that, at least it makes it even easier for us to root for his downfall. There are numerous standout all-time action sequences in here too. The freeway car chase, the opening with the KKK meeting is iconic, the mansion shootout, the final downhill chase sequence, it's all incredible and just so mindlessly entertaining. If I was to show someone just one Bad Boys movie, it would be this one. To me, this is where they perfected the formula. Not the best written, original, or well acted, but by far the most entertaining, and what feels like the most Bad Boys of the Bad Boys movies. So that is all for today's video, folks. Be sure to let me know down in the comments if you agree or disagree with my ranking. While you're at it, don't forget to let me know how you would have ranked all four of the Bad Boys movies and what you thought about the latest entry, Bad Boys Ride or Die. Did you see it yet? Are you planning to? Do you like the Bad Boys movies? Let me know in the comments below. As a reminder, this is the revamped BAM 2 movies, and it is your one-stop for everything movies. Be it rankings like this one, video essays, top 10s versus videos, tier list videos, I have it all and so much more, along with your daily nerdy news wrap-ups. So be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and ring that little bell icon so you don't miss a thing. And as one last final note before we wrap things up, I encourage you all to go check out our social media pages. If you are tired of missing out on all of the news for your favorite movies, TV shows, and video games, it is all going to be covered. They are fully dedicated to covering the news from all three of those things. Again, that's movie, TV shows, and video games, whether it's trailers, posters, casting announcements, leaks, scoops, rumors, it's all going to be covered on there. So if that stuff is right up your alley, then be sure to follow our social media pages. The links will be in the description. As always, folks, I thank you all so much for watching. Stay happy, healthy, and safe out there. From myself and the rest of the BAMTube team, thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time, and that's a wrap.